Hello everybody, I hope all of you have had a fantastic week. In today's video, I am going to give you 5 stocks that are most likely to squeeze in my opinion. So this is just my opinion. Now there will be stocks on this list that will fail miserably. There will be stocks on this list that go up to 300% and you will wish you would have gotten in on it. This is a mixture and there will be some in between. That is just how this works. I am going to give you 5 stocks that have the stats to squeeze big in the short term. So squeeze within the next week. Year to date, personally, I am at a 160.75% gain. I hope all of you are having a fantastic year, and I am not a financial advisor. That is no guarantee of future results. Before we get going in this video, if you could do me a favor and please hit that most amazing and wonderful like button. Also, if you haven't done so before, please subscribe and turn on those bell notifications so you get notified when one of these videos comes out. Of course, in the description down below, I have a link to my Patreon group. This is a group of investors who are really trying to help one another. If you are looking for a place to fit in and find some good stocks to trade, there are lots of great trade ideas and trade strategies that go through there every day. I suggest the basic level, which covers all of my insider swing plays and my PDUFA run-up plays. It is only $27 a month for that level. All right, so let's recap what happened last week. Now, this last week, the market did very, very poorly, and squeeze stocks did bad along with it. But here it goes. We report the good and the bad. Here is what happened. First of all, we have BCTX. If you would have held it all week, you would have finished down 4.79%. Next is ZEV. If you would have held it all week, you would have finished down 6.75%. Number 3 is CLOV. If you held that all week, you would have finished down 9.74%. Number 2 is BTCM. If you held it all week, you would have finished down 5.71%. And number 1, SPRT. If you would have held it all week, you probably would have lost about 40%. Now, once I was down in this 20%, I was out. That was it. And also all the news with their merger and everything and how that stock was delisted and being moved over to another stock combined of the two companies. Anyway, it was just not a good deal for sure. That is why you need to pay attention to market conditions when trading these stocks. And so I use alerts each and every day. I like to use Stock Alarm. I am not a affiliate of theirs, but it is an app on my phone that I love to use each and every day. And there are some of these that they're going to take off. I mean, we've had some winners. We've had 150% winners in this list. We've had 200% winners in this list. But we've had some big losers too. And so you need to have a stop loss in place and say, you know, if I'm down 20% in a short squeeze, that's it. I'm getting out with a loss on that. All right, well, let's get to a new list. Let's have a much better week this next week. And here we go. So number 5. Number 5 is ZEV. This is Lightning eMotors, and they have a 12.83% short percentage, a 1.25 average days to cover, and a 57.25% borrow fee rate. So very high borrow fee rate. This was a pick from last week. I do think that with the coming out of the deal from Washington, that we could see this one really squeeze upwards, as a lot of electric vehicle names will most likely move in that direction. And this with the short percentage and also the expensiveness of borrow fee rate of 57%. Makes me think that this one will move in a positive direction, and so I'm looking for this one for a nice move. All right, number 4 is ticker symbol TKAT. This is Takung Art, and this has a 17.36% short percentage, short float, days to cover of 0.59, and a 118.24% borrow fee rate. Very expensive to short this stock. Shares are not available for those who want to short it. And I think especially with Friday being probably will be a tough day on the market. But this might be a great opportunity to pick this up at a discount. I am expecting a lot of stocks to move down on Friday, and so it will be value buying time. And so this video comes out Friday morning, so you might just keep that in mind. Some of the best times to buy is right before power hour. I like 1 o'clock Central. If you are Eastern time, that would be 2 o'clock Eastern. Maybe 2:15 Eastern is a good time to get in. But I would watch for a value on this one. And I think this could really take off with that high borrow fee rate and short percentage. It could really move. All right, number 3 is BTCM. This is Bit Mining Limited, and I expect this to move. It has an 18.7% short float, which is expensive. Days to cover at 1.72. That's average days to cover, and a 142.02% borrow fee rate. That is ridiculous. And so this is very expensive to short. This is moving right along with Bitcoin upwards. I expect Bitcoin by the end of the year to be at all-time highs. And so this is one that will move with that market. And so this should be a really good one for all of us. We shall see how we do. Number 2 is Aterian Incorporated, ticker symbol ATER. This is another one to watch for a fantastic value on Friday. And I think this could be really good. It has a 36.09% short float. Days to cover only at 0.06, which some consider to be a good stat, some consider to be a bad stat. It's all on how you look at it. I pay little attention to that. 106.42% borrow fee rate. So the short float with that borrow fee rate together make this, and this is why it jumped from 3 all the way up to 18. Now it's coming back down. I expect it to come down and to come way down on Thursday and Friday, and for this to come way down here and become a really good deal. In fact, it might take until Monday on this one, but you just kind of watch for the next level of resistance, which will now be support. Maybe that $9 area. I could see that $9 area. You can see that here, but this gap has been filled up and passed, and now it's coming back down. This gap was filled, and so I can see this coming down to $9 and being a great buy at that point. That is when I would look to enter if we got in on this. Okay, number 1 is Impel Neuropharma, ticker symbol IMPL, and this one has some ridiculous stats. Listen to these stats. This is crazy. 41.15% short float, days to cover 0.30, and 114.49% borrow fee rate. So all of that together tells me that this could squeeze again, and it could squeeze. It's got a history of squeezing. It was all the way down to 690, went up here, got pummeled back down, went all the way to 35 on an amazing run. I wish I would have known about this 2 weeks ago. This wouldn't have been a great one to get in, and has been falling and falling. And where do I think it's going to go? Okay, so it is down here, and the nearest support is the previous resistance that is now support is right at $14.32. So that is a good area to look for adding IMPL. I could see this one spiking again. A very high probability of that with the high short percentage and the high borrow fee rate. And I know AMC is not in this list, but AMC does not have a high enough short percentage, at least that of what it has been. It doesn't have good enough stats. So that's just kind of what we're looking at. I look at the different stats, and this is not my favorite style of investing for sure. I love the insiders and following insider trades where I can make in 3 to 5 days anywhere between 3 and 30%. And I've had some gigantic winners with that. I make most of my gains with that strategy, and also my PDUFA run-up strategy. And so those are worth checking out. I wish you all the best. Please be careful out there, get a good deal, and have a strategy. And Raythoven out.